Namaste everyone, and welcome to my series of shots about how to do pull-ups. This quick tip is about breathing. So we need to breathe to live, and we need to breathe well to exercise well. So what I do is, when I go up, I breathe out, and when I get myself down, I breathe in. So I'll show you in a few pull-ups about how I do that, and then we can move on to my long form video which I'm recording over here about how we are going to benefit from exploring space. Namaste once again, I'm Axat. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to tap subscribe. Okay, so now that that's done and out of the way, let me just gather up my things, get hydrated, and we can shift locations to a shadier part of our lawns, our green lawns, as you can see. Okay, so space. If you've seen my previous videos, you know how fanatical I am about humans becoming spacefaring. Of course, I am at the age where I have only one option left to go to space, which is to buy a ticket on Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin New Shepard ship. I still remember how excited we got when Dennis Tito became the first space tourist. But that seems like a long time ago, and now China also have their own space station, permanent space station, which is I think this mission was the first permanent inhabitation mission that they sent up on the Long March rocket. Okay, here we are. But apart from the commercialization which Jeff Bezos of Amazon is doing, I mean, what else do you expect? He's a businessman after all. So is Elon Musk of SpaceX. But I think SpaceX has a better end game in mind with Starship for Mars. So Mars is the holy grail for space nerds like me and possibly you if you're watching this. But if you're not, please do inspire the younger generation to be interested in space. So, like I said, how are we going to benefit? Think about it. Solar panels, they have been utilized extensively and in the beginning exclusively on the satellites and the space station. The space station is, I think, completely powered by solar panels, like I said in my previous video about the rings of power coming out on Amazon Prime, about a lot of the rings. But let's not, I will not digress too much, although that is kind of one of my traits. Okay, so SpaceX is doing great with their reusable boosters because that drives down costs for commercial launches to the space station, and they are forming their Starlink network. Now, of course, there is the fact that there are pros and cons for everything. So that is kind of increasing space debris. Although satellites can't be really called debris, Starlink is basically establishing a high-speed internet access network for even remote areas, especially remote areas like in the Caribbean. I think they've started. Okay, so Blue Origin, okay. SpaceX, fine. Now there's a company called Rocket Lab which is doing an electron reusable rocket thing with a catching mechanism with a helicopter. So that was pretty amazing to watch. And they also launched part of the Artemis mission to the moon. So let me spiral back to why Mars is the holy grail for human space exploration. So that's because moon is inhabitable, but only if we develop the habitation over there. And it becomes increasingly difficult to do that because there's no atmosphere, and we are not sure about anything in space. But that's the beauty of exploration. You have to, some people have to risk everything, and the rest of us have to support them, so that we can get better technologies, we can live better within our lifetimes, and try to reduce, if not reverse, some of the damage we've caused to the environment. So Mars has a very thin atmosphere, but that makes it more conducive to long-term human habitation than Moon. Of course, Moon will serve as a base, and the Artemis mission is going to be taking humans back there after 50 years. I don't know why we waited that long, but the world is a chaotic place, nature is chaotic, and we need technology to survive better, to live better, because if we are left to fend with nature on our own, it's a hard life. Ask any animal, and if they had a language, they would tell you. Okay, wild animal, not pets or in the zoo. Alright, so coming back to space exploration, I told you about, of course, ISRO, my country's space program, has done pretty well with the Mangalyaan, the Chandrayans, and our PSLV is a pretty dependable rocket to put stuff into orbit. And we are also developing Gaganyaan. So that is the human mission of the Indian Space Research Organization, which I am totally looking forward to. Let's see. The pandemic has created a lot of upheaval, and how that is going to affect the timelines of these not non-priority parts of the country is not something I can comment on, because I'm no expert. But to wind up this Friday afternoon lunchtime vlog, I will say that space is where the future is at, and in our lifetimes we can take little steps individually to make our lives better, to make humankind better. Be kind to one another. Namaste once again. I'm Axat. Thank you so much once again for tuning into my vlog. Take care, stay safe.